All right, guys, so for this lab that you're doing, you need two things open. So this Google Doc, this Google Form, all right? On the Google Doc, you're going to hit this link right here and open this, and this is going to come up like this. You're going to hit this play button right there, and then you're going to hit the lab on this side. All right, so once that's open, then you're good. So now you go to the Google Doc. The Google Doc is where you kind of will all the directions will be. So it says part 1, build a circuit, 9-volt battery, and a 10-ohm resistor. So essentially you're just building this picture. And like throughout, I give you the picture that you're building for the most part. Okay, so you have all the pictures that you're doing right there. All right, so I'm going to go and build that picture now. So I need battery, resistor, up here, wire, and wire. And you can think to yourself, all right, is this series or is this parallel? This is in series because there's only one path to go. So I built that. Now I go back to the lab and I can read number 1. Use the voltmeter to find the voltage across the battery. It says this is the voltage given to the circuit. So now I go back here. I find the voltmeter over here and I just kind of drag it in. And I'm going to put this in like this. So the red wants to come first. So you want the blue dots going into the red. That's the electrons. They go into the red through, and then it was kind of like out of the black like that. All right. If you were to reverse it in this case on the battery, it would be negative. All right. And I shouldn't have the battery give me a negative voltage because the battery is what's giving me the energy. All right. So I'm going to put that back to the way it should be. All right. So just like this. And then it just wants you to take a picture. So in your computer, it is control and then the button above the 6. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And when you take that little screenshot, it'll say that it's all automatically, I think, copying it to your clipboard, which means like when I have this copied like this, all I got to do is go to this Google Doc and hit where I want to put it and hit Control V. Now that picture comes up really big, that's fine. I don't have to crop that down or make that small or anything. Just put it in there like that. It can take up, I don't care if this becomes 40 pages, all right? So I did that one. Now number 2 says use the voltmeter to find the voltage across the resistor. So now I go back to this and I got to take this voltmeter and put it across the resistor. Now same thing, I wanted to go into the red. So the red goes on this side, the black goes on that side. And now it gives me the negative 9 volts, and it should because the battery is giving 9 volts to the circuit. The resistor is taking those 9 volts from the circuit. And because it's the only resistor in the circuit, it takes all the energy. All right, so now I take this little screenshot right here. All right, again, going to look a little different for you guys. Control the button above the 6. I'm pretty sure it looks like a square. All right, you're going to get that copied. You're going to go to the Google Doc without even thinking about it. Boom, Control V. It takes 5 seconds to copy the image and put it in there. That's the easy part. All right, now number 3 says to go to the Google Form. So I'm going to do this one with you, so you should get this question right. Number 3 says the amount of voltage in number 1 was the voltage supplied to the loop, and the voltage number 2 was the voltage taken from the loop. What is true about the voltage energy given and taken from the loop? So the correct answer is this first one. All the voltage supplied to the loop will be used by the loop. So that's the one I would click right there. All right, guys, this is a lab that you honestly, everybody should get a 100 on it. If you take your time and do it right, you'll get the questions right. So there's not going to be any like room for error. I expect your questions to be right. If you want to get 100, get all the questions right. All right. Number 4 says use the ammeter. All right, resistor, place it before and leaving the resistor. All right, and insert the images here. So if you wanted to, if you need before and after the resistor, and this is the last thing I'm going to do in the video, I'm going to take this voltmeter. I'm just going to get rid of it for now. You can always put it back. This is important. Use this ammeter. It is way easier, right? Before the resistor would be right here, 0.9. After the resistor would be right here. If it says to use 1 before, 1 after, just use 2. And instead of doing 2 pictures, just do 2 ammeters and 1 picture. All right. So then I can take this, I would screenshot it, and I would put this in my answer for number 4. All right. At one point, it's going to ask you to change the resistance of the resistor. That just means you double-click the resistor, and you can change it. Make sure you don't change the resistance of the battery. You can do that by accident. Change the resistance of the resistor. All right, that's everything you should do. Guys should dominate this, hopefully get 100 on it, and that is that.